Are we gonna have to dive in and take a look at fucking Palworld? Palworld. If you clicked on this video, I'm gonna assume you're familiar with the discourse around this game. It's been contentious, to say the least. One side has been circle jerking hard over how good it is, and to be fair, the sales kind of back that up. On the other hand, a lot of people are saying it's plagiarized, or at the very least, it feels maybe uninspired or kind of soulless. I was kind of among those. But who's right? Both. Okay, we're done. Video's done. It's boring to leave it there, though. I'm going to do my best to be fair. I'm sure I'm going to piss everybody off at least a little bit. Do me a favor, though. Before you write out your comment, just watch the whole video, okay? Just see everything I have to say, and then leave a comment, because it's good for engagement. And if you're doing that, like and subscribe too, because it's free, why not? And it really helps me, okay? I need it. I'm serious. So where do we start? Pros, cons, the good, the bad. Let's just flip a coin. Heads, we do good stuff. Tails, we do bad stuff. Okay, so the positives. Let's just rip off the band-aid. Since my last video, I've played about 20 hours of this game, and it's fun. It's really fun. It reminds me a lot of Valheim. Some people have compared it to Ark Survival Evolved, but I never played that game. Regardless, the survival aspects are all there, and they're all solid. There's a very involved crafting system. If you've ever played a survival game, just take the stuff you liked about it, and odds are Palworld does it just as well or better. I mentioned Valheim earlier, and one big difference between Valheim and Palworld is the map. Valheim's is procedurally generated, kind of like Minecraft, whereas Palworld's seems to be predetermined, set, and dare I say, handcrafted. I really like this. Procedurally generated worlds often get called like a mile wide and only an inch deep. So far, it seems like they've taken advantage of the fact that they get to design it themselves, and they get to place biomes in places that make sense. They get to choose starting locations, and that seems like a good idea given the progression system this game has. All right, that's enough glazing. But we're not going to do the thing where, oh, now I list my complaints with the game. That's boring. Instead, we're going to talk about some of the things that some people really hate, some people don't mind at all, and some people, like me, feel a little bit mixed about. And I think there's no better place to start than with the Pokemon. And I do mean Pokemon. I'm not calling them pals. One, pals is really fucking lame. Two, some people are going to say, these aren't Pokemon. You can compare them to Pokemon. They're not close enough to be Pokemon. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to defend against allegations that this game has stolen designs. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that Palworld has stolen the designs of Pokemon. But when I look at the characters in game that they don't want me to call Pokemon, my brain registers them as Pokemon. Maybe this is because I haven't really played a Pokemon game for like 10 years. So if someone like sat me down, had me look at the pals, fine, I'll call them pals, and told me these are the new Pokemon. They finally came out with Pokemon Popsicle and cotton candy, and here's the new Pokemon. I would believe them, because the design language just makes it feel like they're Pokemon. Is that good or bad? That's kind of for everyone to decide. And maybe it's for Nintendo to decide in court, but I don't know, we'll see about that. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not gonna pretend to be a lawyer. So I won't pretend like my opinion matters in a legal sense. But my opinion as a consumer definitely matters. The fact is, the creatures in this game that they don't call Pokemon, my brain registers as Pokemon. And that just kind of makes the game feel a little unserious. By the way, I just learned that unserious is a Gen Z word. I know, I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm young. It's not just the Pokemon either. It's the musical cues, stings, whatever you call it when you find a new area. There's text that pops up on the screen, and there's little musical notes that play, and it sounds almost exactly like what happens when you do the same thing in Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm not the first person to point that out. I've seen other people make note of this, and I've seen other people make even longer, more comprehensive lists of all the stuff that feel very close to, if not actually stolen, from other games and put in this game. I want to be careful with how I talk about this, though, because taking ideas from other games is not new. Other games do this all the time. For the longest time, almost every MMO, be it Star Wars The Old Republic or Final Fantasy XIV, ripped off, big pieces of design from World of Warcraft. And survival games, obviously, like that whole genre looks similar, right? You start off in a loincloth, punching trees and picking up rocks so that you can build tools, to build better structures, whatever. Games iterate on each other, and they always have. But there's a fine line between iteration and just copying. And Palworld straddles that line a little too much. And that's why I'm going to use the word soulless somewhere in the title or thumbnail of this video, alongside the word fun, because as fun as it is, the lack of creativity does kind of cheapen the experience of the game, just a little bit. Having said that, when I'm done recording this, I am going to go play more Palworld, because it's some of the most fun I've had in a long time. Speaking of recording videos, do you guys like the scripted videos? You must, because you're still watching. So if you could do me a huge favor and let me know in the comments below the doobly-doo, that'd be a huge help. I'm still pretty new to YouTube, so I'm kind of figuring out what exactly I want my content to be. If you have any thoughts on that, go ahead and let me know in your comment. And if you want to see me actually play games, I do that on Twitch live, and you can come chat with me about Palworld or whatever else is hot. I think that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Choo choo. Okay, I'm out. I'm done. We're done recording. We're done, Jen. I'm gonna go play video games. Fuck this. I hate this.